Hello and welcome back to the weekly Q&A. Here we are with the questions on the couch yet again. The reason I'm not recording in front of my PC today is because I don't want to stress it out any more than it already is. It's busy rendering a video right now and that alone is finicky business. It really is. Temperatures are probably sky high at the moment. It's probably like a little hot pocket in that corner over there. I don't want to go close to it. Okay, I don't want to get close to it. Something bad might happen. But my PC has been having a tough time. You can watch the last 2 vlogs that I've uploaded to hear all about that if you're interested. But right now it needs to render. I don't want to record anything on it at the moment. So this is going to have to do. I am okay with this. It's quite comfortable on the couch. Sadly, Nero's not here with me. But to make things much better, we are listening to music from Arcanum today. Because I don't want to edit this video and add music afterwards, I just have it playing on my PC back here, and man, is the Arcanum soundtrack good or what? If you haven't heard of Arcanum, the game, it's called Arcanum of Steamworks and Magic Obscura. I think that's the full name. If you haven't heard of it, check it out. It is absolutely amazing. One of the best RPGs that I've played ever. And the music? Whew. So good. So good. Now I must mention this is probably going to be the last video that I record with this going on here. I can't wait to shave. I really can't. I mean, if there's an overwhelming response, if there's an overwhelming, let's just say, plea for me to keep the facial hair, then I'll do it. But I don't really want to. It's so itchy. It's not very comfortable sleeping. Putting my face down on the pillow, having this all night long, it's not so nice. It's not so nice. It's not so nice drinking either, because then you're thinking you're putting your bottle or your mug or whatever against your lip, but it's actually against the hair on top of your lip, and then it leaks. It's not good. And then if you eat something, then your facial hair, if you don't wash your face afterwards, ends up smelling like whatever you ate for like the rest of the day. That's unpleasant. That's unpleasant. You don't want to be smelling your breakfast when you're having lunch. Okay? That doesn't often happen to me, but it has at least once. So, with that gnarly business out of the way, well, it's not quite out of the way yet. It's still here. Let's get to the questions. Shall we? Yes, I think we shall. From Honorise, are you a morning person or an evening night person? I just read this question to Eileen a second ago and she said, well, you're definitely not a morning person. I tend to agree. I don't actually think I'm either of those. I suppose if I had to choose one, I'd lean towards being an evening night person instead. But I don't actually think I'm either. Or any. Because there are actually 3 here. I don't think I'm any of them. I don't know. It's all like a pretty straight line for me through the day. I think, at least. Then, from Honorise as well, have you ever smoked cigarettes? No. I have not, and I just don't see the need to do so. I don't know. I was never really attracted to things like that. I just don't see why one would want to do it. I know some people need to do it. Maybe because it relieves stress, or it makes them just feel better after a long and hard day. I don't know. I just don't see the attraction. So no, I haven't. And how do you do your hair? Well, currently I don't, because this is a mess. This is how my hair looks after I shower and then wash it. That's how it looks. It's frizzy and fuzzy and all over the place. And the thing is, the way I usually do my hair is... I'll tell you in just a moment. The way I usually do my hair is with my towel. What I do is I shower, or I suppose that's actually the only time that I ever do my hair, is after I shower. After I've showered, my hair's wet, because I wash it, you know, let's say I wash it every second day or so. It depends on what I do, obviously. If I go to the gym 2 days in a row, I'll probably wash it 2 days in a row. But after I get out of the shower, then my hair's still wet. Okay, then I make sure to just dry it like a little bit, halfway. Let's say a third of the way. Third of the way dry, then I put my shirt on or whatever I'm going to be wearing, and then when I'm dressed and everything, then I use my towel to just go, and then depending on how I feel that day, I'll choose a style like that. So if I go and then like that, then it'll be standing up. But you've got to obviously make some minor modifications with your hands like this. And if I want it across to the side, like it actually currently is, then I'll go and then like that with the towel, and then it'll stay like that. I don't know, my hair, and don't say it's because I don't wash it, because I do wash it. It's not because it's like so greasy and oily that it'll just stay in position. No, my hair actually tends to keep the position that I put it in quite well throughout the day. Now, if I have a style going and then I go to sleep and then I wake up, then when I wake up, that same style is usually pretty much the same except enhanced. The ends are sharper and pointier. The smooth bits are smoother and sleeker. It looks quite good, but that's pretty much it. That is how I do it with my towel. I do it with my towel. I don't actually really like product of any sort. I have some hairspray, which is like, it's a hair gel spray. It's hairspray. Basically, if you have your hair in a position, say this is standing up here, then you can go psst, 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 with a hairspray, and then it'll stay like that. That's the only thing that I've ever used, and I use it on occasion, but I prefer not to. I generally just use my towel and I do it after I've showered. That's it. That's how I do it. And I've gotten pretty good at it over the years. I really have. I'm proud of what I do with my hair sometimes. Right now it's actually getting too long to be able to do much with. It's just a mess now. So when I've gotten rid of this, then I'll probably get rid of some of this as well. So there you go. Next question. From Zarnuth. Have you ever played Kingdom Hearts 1 or 2 at all? You know how sad it is to me that I haven't played either of those games? I love the series. I just think it's such a fun, happy, and interesting series because of all the diverse characters in it, the craziness that they can put in there with all the different Disney franchises, I guess. I just really like the idea of it, and the idea that it's not quite as serious as things like Final Fantasy, for instance. I know it's not all Disney stuff, but Final Fantasy, for instance, those games get pretty heavy at points, and I'm sure there are some emotional parts in Kingdom Hearts, but it just seems, in my opinion, to be like an overall lighter-hearted series. I don't know, if it maybe isn't like that, let me know. I would love to play Kingdom Hearts, but I think, if I'm not mistaken, that was on PlayStation 2. I'm not sure if Kingdom Hearts 1 was on PlayStation 1, but we kind of missed out. I don't know if I can speak for Elenia, but I kind of missed out on the PlayStation 2 era completely. I had a PC when the PlayStation 2 was the in thing, and I just never saw the need to get myself a PlayStation, and I suppose I didn't really have the money when I was in my teens. But when we got ourselves a PlayStation 3, we went and got the El Cheapo one that's like 40 gigs. We got it when it released. At release, when PlayStation 3 came out, we got ourselves a PlayStation 3, and it was obviously absolutely amazing, but we got the cheapest one possible, and that one couldn't play PS2 or PS1 games. And it was, as I said, 40 gigs. So we couldn't really go back and play, say, the older Final Fantasies, because I really wanted to play Final Fantasy X, which I did play, but I had to borrow my sister's PlayStation 2 for a little while, and they obviously don't have Kingdom Hearts, else I would have borrowed that as well. Anyway, I didn't play them. I want to play them at some point, maybe. Who knows, maybe they release a trilogy with all 3 of them for PlayStation 3. All 2 of them for PlayStation 3. Are there any spin-offs? I don't know. But, next question. Lumin, will we ever see any more Dota 2 gameplay from you again? I don't know. I haven't really, personally, myself, been spending much time in Dota 2 as of late. And the same thing actually goes for PlanetSide 2. That's another thing that a lot of people have been asking about. There's more to that than just the fact that I'm not playing it at the moment. But for Dota 2, I have so many other series running that I want to actually see to fruition. I want to get them done. So I'm focusing on them at the moment. And when I have spare time, which I don't think is going to be any time really soon, but when I do have spare time, I'm going to think about all the games that I keep getting asked about. Dota 2 is one of them. I'd like to play it again. Maybe I'll do some sort of collab, or I don't know, maybe some games with you guys at some point. I said before that I wanted to organize some thing that I'd do, like maybe a day of the week or a day of the month, perhaps if I don't have as much time, where we can play games together and I can maybe record some of them maybe just play a whole bunch and then record a few. I don't know. But I'm thinking of all the games that you guys keep asking about, and I'm thinking of ways to actually get them back on the channel. But there's another question here from Previdnik. Have you ever thought about some Chivalry gameplay? Ah, Chivalry. I see everyone playing that. All the TGS members were playing it recently for the Battle Royale, and I was so jealous. I really was. I'm sure if I asked, I could probably have been in there, but it would have probably, I'm guessing it would have been pretty bad considering my latency would have been terrible, and the fact that I don't actually own the game at the moment. But I've seen so many people playing it, and it does look like a whole lot of fun. Maybe I'll try it out. Maybe you'll see videos of it. I don't know. I haven't actually tried it yet, so I can't say for sure right now. Then, from Pornshoe Noob, or Pornju Noob, or Pornshoe Noob. What software do you use to record your games? I use Fraps to record the gameplay footage and the audio. I don't do the fancy thing of recording separate tracks for the audio and video because it sometimes gives issues with syncing, and if I can use Fraps to record really good audio and really good video, why bother doing the rest? I know that sometimes you do need that extra safety net, I guess you could call it, but I've managed to make it thus far, so I'm not going to worry too much about it. But that's it. Fraps, and if I do record my face cam, I use Logitech webcam software or whatever. That's it. Oh, and then I render in Sony Vegas. There you go. That's everything. That's all you need to know. Now here's a very interesting one. Fungal Decay asks, hey Lumin, have you seen the movie Rare Exports: A Christmas Tale? If no, you really should check it out since Christmas is almost around the corner. I don't know that movie. I don't think Eileen does either because I see it in her eyes, but I did go on IMDb to get the little description of it. So, here we go. In the depths of the Korvatuni Mountains. What kind of mountains are those? Are those real or fictional mountains? Because that's a crazy name. 486 meters precisely deep. They don't say precisely. They say 486 meters deep. That's a very precise amount though. Strange. Lies the closest ever guarded secret of Christmas. The time has come to dig it up. This Christmas, everyone will believe in Santa Claus. So that is strange. It really is, and it makes me wonder, is Santa Claus buried 486 meters deep in the Korvatuni Mountains? If so, why are they digging him up? Are they digging up to prove that Santa Claus exists? Isn't that a little bit grim? You can have a body of Santa Claus, a Santa corpse, to show everyone, like, hey, yeah, a dead Santa, Christmas exists. I mean, really? Or not Christmas, Santa Claus, because Christmas is a real thing. It really is. Now, next question. So that movie, I don't know. Okay, let me just finish that off. I don't know about it. I will check the rating out and then I'll see if I want to watch it or not. Because if it's like a 2 rating or something out of 10, then I think I might avoid it, regardless of you telling me to check it out. But Vazone 3000, hey Lumin, what does Eileen do for a job career, or does she depend on you? Right now, she's doing everything that I should be doing in my real life while I make videos and stuff. And she's obviously doing all her own stuff, which is like art and making things. And by real life stuff, I mean all the things around the house that need to be done, because I don't do any of them, and I'm so lucky to have someone as nice as her. So she does depend on me currently, but she does a whole lot. She's busy from morning to evening the whole time. Man, I don't know how she does it. But she's an amazing artist. You can... Where can you see her art? talesoflumin.com/Helene. You can see some of her work there if you want to see it. And right now she's making all sorts of nice Christmas presents for our family members. So that saves a lot of time for me as well. Wow. Now I know why I keep her around. Just another reason. Now, from Cian Dorothy? I think that's what it is. Listen to that music. Wow. That's intense. Having played loads of Guild Wars 2 with the Loomies, I know that there are loads of impromptu meetups, dungeon runs and world vs world battling with the guildies, but will there ever be big guild-wide meetups again, like the hide and seek? Now, this is a very good question, and it's probably going to take a little bit of time to answer, so I'm going to have a sip from the 70s cup. That's the 70s cup right there. Say hello. Oh, it's beautiful. But not really. So, I'm going to be talking about this in my Guild Wars 2 Lost Shores Impressions video a little bit as well. Not the connection of the things I want to say to the Illuminati Guild, more just the issues that Guild Wars has. Now, the reason we've not had big guild meetups for a while is because things were actually much better during the beta. Believe it or not, in my honest opinion, I think the game performed better, I think the servers were more stable, and I definitely think the core features and systems of the game were working better during the beta than they are right now. That's what I think. My evidence of this is that when there are even, let's just say, 20 people in one area at the same time, then that's about all you're going to see. You're going to see 20 people. Okay, that's fine. But when you throw, say, another 30 or 40 in there, because there are 500 members in the guild right now, and if we have a big meetup and I make a video about it, and I suppose I'm going about this the wrong way and explaining it wrong, so I'm going to start there. If I make a video of a meetup and say, hey, let's meet up in Lion's Arch, or we could just go totally out there and say we avoid Lion's Arch because it is quite busy, the overflows are going to be an issue, so we're going to say we meet up in the Black Citadel. Now, even, let's say, 20% of the Illuminati Guild won't be able to fit into the Black Citadel without making an overflow. So 100 members will definitely make an overflow in the Black Citadel, so that's already a problem. Getting into the same district or zone or whatever you want to call it takes time. But then, to make things even worse, once those 100 people are in the same spot, waiting to go on said adventure, which would have no doubt been glorious, they won't be able to see each other. It's really, really sad, but the phase-in Guild Wars 2 at the moment is, in my opinion, ruining the immersion factor of the game. It's ruining the fun. It's making it really difficult for you to play with your friends or play with your guild or do anything cooperatively with anyone else on a slightly larger scale. And it saddens me because we want to have things like guild meetups, but we just can't because it's so difficult to organize. It's so difficult for everyone to actually have fun when the game systems aren't playing along. Now, during the beta, it was much better. It was much easier to do these things. We were quite a few people. We had meetups with well over 100 people, and it seemed like it was handling it much better than it is now. And the fact that ArenaNet are actually thinking of adding more guild things, more goodies for guilds to do together, it frightens me a little bit because they haven't fixed the issues with the core gameplay systems yet. Things like the phase-in, the big problems we have with overflows, and the performance of the game. Now, the last event we had turned out to be pretty okay, but it was a chaotic mess at the same time. It was fun, but it was incredibly messy, and we want to avoid that because it makes more frustration than anything else. So when I do things with the guild now, I log in at a certain time, I maybe mention it on Facebook or Twitter, and then we do something. We do jump-in puzzles, we do dungeons, we do things like that. And the reason I do it like that at the moment, for the last while I've been doing it like that, is just to reward the people that actually spend time in the game, that actually play, that actually follow me on Twitter and Facebook, that look out for things like that, that really want to do these things. Because if I do mention it in a video or something, then we'll have way too many people, it'll be unpleasant for the guys that actually really want to do it because everyone else will be there. Not that I don't want everyone there, I do want everyone there, but the game just doesn't allow it at the moment. So I suppose I took a very long route to answering your question, but that's the problem that we're having at the moment, and I'm hoping that they address it soon. I really am. Now, next, Sean Beek. I have some ideas for you, Lumin. These weren't questions, these are ideas that I'm going to just mention, talk about a little bit, and then move on. So, a website with a forum, a basic one to keep in touch with fans and keep us updated. You could also get extra advertising revenue from it. That's number one. And I will mention that we already have a website up. I have to finish it. I have to find time to finish the website proper, but it is already there. It's a work in progress, talesoflumin.com. I would prefer you didn't even look at it right now because it's not looking so good. You'll probably get the basic idea of what it's going to be like when it's done, but there are Guild Illuminati forums at the moment, and I was thinking of converting those to just standard Tales of Lumin forums and then making a separate section on them for the Illuminati members. That kind of makes sense. I think it makes sense. I think it'll be good to have a Tales of Lumin forum, so yes, I'll probably do that, but I will tell you that keeping you updated or keeping you in the loop is easily done through Facebook, Twitter, and the YouTube feed. Now, I know the YouTube feed is incredibly messy and it's really difficult to actually see announcements or broadcasts from someone that you follow in on YouTube or subscribe to on YouTube, and that's why I use Facebook and Twitter. Now, the sad truth is that only about 1,000 people are following me on Twitter and 1,300 like my Facebook page, so I definitely don't get word out there to everyone, but again, that's just another reason to actually follow me on Twitter and like the Facebook page. And it's not just because I want more people on there, it's because I like it when you guys are informed, when you're in the loop, when you know exactly what's going on. If you had been following me on Twitter today, then you would have known that things weren't going so well with my PC. You would have also known that I whine a lot about my PC not working. But that's that. Number 2, play some games with fans. Maybe start a Minecraft server. I found that people donate more when you actively engage with them in game. That's possibly true. And to me, another problem that I have with things like that is, once again, time constraints. I'm struggling to keep all the series that I'm doing right now running. And I was discussing this with Eileen today. If I just do normal playthroughs, the playthrough episodes, say Skyrim, Dishonored, Path of Exile, whatever, those things, doesn't matter which ones, those things, and say Newsman episodes, then I'm actually merely sustaining the activity on my channel. I'm basically keeping a straight line going, because those things are there to keep my current viewers happy, and I suppose keep me happy because that's what I want to do, but I don't get, if I just put those up, growth on my channel. I mean, I get constant growth, but it's really slow. Now, I need a lot of time, and this is something I actually like explaining and talking about. I need a lot of time to put together things like adventure guides, things like the Machinima videos for Guild Wars, things like, let's think what else. Basically, fun and interesting videos that would get new people to my channel, that I could post on Reddit, for example, that websites will pick up and use to get me more viewers. They'll pick it up, they'll make a post about it, say, hey, this is a fun video, check it out, and maybe check this guy's channel out while you're there. Those are the kind of videos that give me growth on the channel. And those ones are the ones that take much longer. Now, I have a couple of ideas of new series that I want to start up that I've been teasing about for so long. And I'm going to keep teasing for a little bit longer because today I had sort of an epiphany of how I can make it work with the current setup that I've got, my webcam, instead of a normal proper camera. So you're probably going to hear about that series very soon on the channel. But I need these videos, things like, let me explain to you what my highest rated videos, things like the armor videos for Guild Wars, the Quaggan swimming song, there's 2 of them, things like the adventure guides, the whales video, all the machinima type videos. They take longer, but they get the views, they get the subscribers, they provide growth to my channel. Now, I was actually talking about the servers and stuff. Those videos take a lot of time, and because I'm already spending so much time doing the normal gameplay series, the newsmans, the vlogs, the Q&A, the stuff that I want to constantly keep coming, I have very little time to spend on doing things like the adventure guides and all the other stuff that I just mentioned. So I use any spare time that I have to work on those, to write the scripts for them, to lay out the plans that I need to actually get them going. So I spend pretty much all day long working on videos and ideas for videos, and even when I'm in bed, I'm busy typing out things like funny lines or interesting lines or things that I want to do for my videos. So it's pretty much my entire life right now, except for Nero and Helene. They are parts of my life too. But all that said, I find it very difficult to play a game for fun. I just don't have the time for it right now. And I'm sure that I will get more time. My schedule will clear up when I get a little bit further down the line and I'm more comfortable with where I am, say financially and view subscriber channel size wise. So yeah, right now that's just a little bit different, difficult, not different, a little bit difficult, and you know, I want to do it, but I just can't fit it in at the moment. That's, if you've already forgotten what I was talking about, because I just babbled for a whole long time, that's playing games with fans. I want to, as I said before, maybe set up a day where I can do it for a day long, a couple of hours at least, play a couple of different games at certain set times. Then if you follow me on Facebook and or Twitter, then you'll be able to follow when I join the next game or start the next game or whatever. We'll see. I'm working on something like that, but again, it's difficult. Number 3, more 1-minute-ish videos for StarCraft to coincide with the release of the expansion. Straight back to what I just said, it takes a lot of time, I want to do it. Another problem I have with StarCraft videos specifically is that I just don't play the game at the moment, so I don't know what strats are there. I don't get to watch very many StarCraft 2 shoutcasts or live streams or anything like that. So if you guys have ideas for 1-minute guides, please, I would love it if you sent them through. If you have an amazingly fun or interesting strat that you think people would enjoy in a 1-minute guide format, please leave it below and I will strongly consider making a 1-minute guide of it, because it does actually end up coming down to that. I just don't have the time to get the inspiration going. So there you go. Next question. Oh, number 4. Sorry, there's another one. Live stream. That's so not happening. I wish I could live stream. If I had to double my internet speed, double what I've got right now, then I'd be able to live stream comfortably. And I know people have said, well, other South Africans do it. Yes, they do, but they live stream at terrible quality and they live stream with lines that are double the quality or the speed of what I've got now. I've got a 4 meg line with incredibly slow upload, and because of the slow upload speed, I wouldn't be able to play a game and stream it at the same time without lagging really bad in game. But there are in South Africa 10 meg lines. There are even faster lines in the big cities, Cape Town, Pretoria, Johannesburg, Durban, whatever, but we don't have access to them out here in the countryside. We don't, sadly. So live streaming at the moment is unfortunately not possible. Sadly. Then, Judicial Serenade. Are you going to play Amnesia, A Machine for Pigs? If so, are you looking forward to it coming out? What is your opinion on the Amnesia games in general? Good question. Let's start at the beginning. I'm going to play it. Yes, I will jump on that bandwagon for sure, because I played Amnesia a while back. If you didn't see the playthrough, you can check it out. There's a full playlist, and it was terrifying. But it was also terrifyingly fun. I did enjoy it. I don't really plan on playing the DLCs for Amnesia for the first one, but I did enjoy the game immensely, and regardless of it just being incredibly scary, it was interesting. It was genuinely interesting to see what was happening in Castle Brennenburg with Daniel. Daniel the Crazy. It was genuinely interesting. I enjoyed it. Not so much the parts where the monster was chasing me, but I did enjoy it. So, I guess I'm looking forward to the next game coming out. My opinion on the games thus far, as I said, I think they're pretty fun. They are slightly bandwagony, as I was saying before, because every single YouTuber out there will be playing them. Everyone will hype them up immensely, but come on, pigs can be scary, so I'm definitely looking forward to how they set all of it up. Next question. This is from Twilight Blade. Hey Lumin, Dead Reckoning here, from Guild Illuminati. I was just wondering what you did before you became a YouTuber. I studied a whole bunch of stuff. I did some web design stuff. I did all the basic computer related things. I was studying before I became a YouTuber, and I actually started on Cisco, believe it or not, so I know a little bit about network stuff. I know quite a bit about computer related stuff. I know a lot of people don't. A lot of people don't expect that from YouTubers. It depends greatly on your background coming into it. My background was very much computer related. A lot of people come from the entertainment side of things. A lot of people come from the nerd side of things. I came from the nerd side. I spent my youth playing games on various different computers, ranging from absolutely terrible, stuck together with sellotape, to reasonably decent. And I had a good time while doing so. I think my youth, obviously, I mean, I don't think that. Obviously, what I did during my, say, teenage years and after molded me, shaped me into what I am today, and the knowledge that I have of games, old and new, also obviously comes from that. So I spent a lot of time studying a lot of stuff that didn't actually help me out in any way. Sure, it helped me out knowing a little bit about computers and a little bit about web design and a little bit about everything. I actually studied a bit of music stuff as well, but it didn't really help me with the YouTube thing. But that doesn't mean that you shouldn't be studying. I wish I had got a proper degree and all that stuff, because it would have been really nice. I could say to fall back on, but I don't plan on falling back at all. No, I'm sticking with this. I'm gonna make it work, and I'm gonna make it big. There you go. Straight up. Inspirational stuff. Next question. How does one achieve Lumin hair? Oh, well, there you go. I've actually answered that already. Is your hair more naturally curly or straight? And do you use any certain products to help you hold that cool, messy look? This look right here isn't cool. It's messy, it's frizzy. I really dislike, I was gonna say hate, but hate is a very strong word. I really dislike frizzy hair. I don't dislike frizzy hair on other people. It works for some people, but it doesn't work for me. This is not cool. I would actually, if I really cared, have wet my hair before this and done a thing with the towel. But I think my hair is a mix between curly and straight. It's more wavy. I'd say when I was younger, it was very curly. It was disgusting. Then when, no, it was disgusting on me. I like curly hair. I like straight hair. I like all types of hair. But, good save, Lumin. But, because my mother actually has curly hair, believe it or not. And my father has straight hair. So, my hair is somewhere in between, and it actually changed over the years. I don't know if my parents or my family members realized, but in my teenage years I had more curls, and then I think when I reached about 18 plus, then it started straightening out a bit, and it stayed like that. It wasn't because of anything I did, it just happened naturally. So there you go. Last question. Oh, last question asker, not the last question, there's more than one here. Madara fanboy, have you heard anything about the new Dungeons and Dragons game, Neverwinter? I have. I found it interesting how the production changed on that. I think it started off as a co-op multiplayer action-ish type game set in the D&D world, which I was more interested in, honestly, than what it changed into. It is now currently going to be a MMO based on or set in or in and around the city of Neverwinter, I think. I also think that it's a terrible idea. There's already a Dungeons and Dragons MMO out there. Why would they make another one? There are a lot of games that look kind of similar to that coming out in the near future. One that immediately comes to mind is Elder Scrolls Online. The graphical style of what they're going for, at least, looks very similar there. I don't know much about the game other than that it's had a bit of a storied production. I don't know if that change that they made affected what it's going to be like at the end, because when games undergo drastic changes like that mid-development, then you got to be skeptical about it. You got to think to yourself, is the game going to come out okay after all of that? Is it going to launch and be one of those B-grade MMOs that lasts for 6 to 8 months and then just dies down, and then maybe another 6 months later shuts down completely? Is it going to be one of those? Or are they going to be able to pull something really interesting and exciting off? I don't know. I don't know. These are all questions that I don't have the answer to. Next question. You probably already answered this, but here goes. How old is Neuropuppy? He is so cute and adventurous that I'd love to see him in videos for many more years to come. And you will. He is only 2 years and 3/4. He is turning 3, or is it 2/3? maybe 2/3. He's turning 3, no, maybe it's 3/4. He's turning 3, I'm gonna say this eventually, on the 1st of February. That's when his birthday is. He is Neuropuppy 1 Feb. That's his official surname, 1 Feb. That's it. We made that up, myself and Eileen, and it's a beautiful name. Neuropuppy 1 Feb is just so nice. As he is. So nice. And you're going to be seeing him in a lot more videos. I'm actually working on one currently that consists of footage that I took when we visited the farm last. It's going to be him playing with Sophia a bit. It's going to be us walking up the mountain. That was actually footage from a while ago. But it's going to be a nice mixture of Neuropuppy, some farm stuff, and fun. That's it. But that was the last question. I hope I didn't miss any. If I did, leave them again. I apologize in advance right now if I hurt your feelings or something because I didn't answer them. I try to get all the questions. I really do. I have come to realize that the easiest way or the best way to leave questions is just to leave a comment because I read all the comments. And I love reading the comments. Leave a comment or question below, or if you can't do that right now, if you feel your question is way too long to fit into one comment, then you can send it to talesoflumin@gmail.com, or you can just send me a YouTube message. My account isn't locked or anything like that. You can send me a message right here on YouTube, and that's fine too. So, this is going to be the last time I sign out with this facial hair going on. Perhaps. Unless there's an overwhelming plea. I don't want to think about that. But that's going to be it for this video. Check back soon for more. I apologize if I was a bit tired. It's probably because I am tired. Probably going to go to sleep right after finishing this recording. Because this Arcanum music is actually sleepy time music. If I wasn't recording this right now, I'd probably be fast asleep on the couch right now. I like it. I love violin music. I could listen to stuff like this for eons. I was listening to the Firefly soundtrack recently. Firefly soundtrack. I was going to say that. And it's funny that the songs that I'm gravitating towards on the soundtrack are the ones that have this sad yet impactful violin in it. It's such a beautiful instrument. It really, really is. Wow. So beautiful. Firefly. That series. I cry myself to sleep every night when I think about how they cancelled it. The movie wasn't enough. It was not enough. That's it for this video. Check back soon for more. Most importantly though, happy leaving those questions. And thinking about Firefly. Crying about Firefly. Wondering if we'll ever see any more Firefly. Happy all those things. Or happy that.